Hello, legends. Have a look at this.
But that's not misinformation. My old cameraman's mother actually.
And you pushed them into jail.
My old cameraman's mother actually died after complications from the COVID vaccine. So is that misinformation? Oh, now you're laughing. Given that we now know that the lockdown measures in Canada were wrong, do you want to take the opportunity to at least admit that and say sorry to those who were affected? Come on, just it's okay to get things wrong as long as, like I said to Tony Blair, it's okay to get things wrong as long as you admit as such when you get the opportunity. Like, do you not want to take that opportunity? Because not speaking kind of speaks volumes.
Although we're talking years on.
Okay. It's my wonderful mate Cole Vernon there. This video was on his channel earlier, so I've just pinched a bit. But yeah, there's a couple of things going on there. First of all, he's getting blackmailed by the cult, basically. So he's never going to tell you the truth. If not, all the videos and photos of him doing all the stuff that he shouldn't do with, you know, people who shouldn't be doing it with, will be all over the internet. The second thing is, one of the whole kind of strongholds of these Sabbatean maniacs is they don't want you to know the truth about your health. But I do, so let's get into it. Hello friends, how are we doing? I hope this finds you truly wonderful. If not, just remember, we are a spiritual being having this human experience. And if you're not quite feeling it, I know there can be a whole range of serious things going on in your life. I'm not belittling that, but just try to remember, and this is the whole point of this video I'm doing today, the more we live in our material self and we sever that connection with the divine and we worry about human stuff, the more we're straying from the path. So just remember that, and you've got this. In no particular order, well, if I can ask you to like and subscribe, friends. You probably can tell already you're not going to get content like this on any other channel. Welcome. But yeah, this was Trudeau, isn't it? Justin Trudeau. Is he the former president of Prime Minister of Canada or the current? I don't know. I don't watch TV. I couldn't really care less about all this 3D Matrix stuff. But there he is, clearly getting a hard time about the medical procedures. Now, this is in no particular order. What he can't tell you and what the cabal are never going to tell you, because they've taken control of this narrative for the last 200 years, and they've only funded the papers that lead you into the wrong area on this whole thing. I bet a lot of people watching now think it's other people that make you ill. Sadly, there'll be many people that will have thought that if you go to trillionaire, psychopathic, merchant Kabbalists and their, you know, their big pharmaceutical companies, that they've really got your best interests at heart and they're going to fix you. They're not going to screw you up, so, you know, you have to, like, go back to them for more of that stuff, are they? Trudeau's not going to tell you this. Look, really simple. This is your cellular function. You need air or you die. You need water or you die. You need glucose, which comes in the form of what you eat. You need a healthy environment that's not stressful, because stress is cortisol, and cortisol is flushing acid into your body, and you need a pH balance. If you eat the wrong kind of diet, massively carbohydrate, you're going to get huge dumps of glucose, because factory farmed carbohydrates are high on the glycemic index. And what that does, it tips your pH balance to the point where your body's DNA can no longer communicate with your cells. And if they can't communicate with your cells, they can't tell them how to remain healthy and how to replicate. So they start trying to replicate on their own, and they go, and you start to get these lumps and bumps and spots and da-da-da-da-da. So your body's so clever to stop you dying literally in the first year of your life. It puts you through a detox, anything up to 2 or 3 times a year. And guess what the maniacs have done? They've looked at that detox under the microscope, and they've taught every single medical student that thing there in your cell, it's not a solvent that your body produces to clean up the cell and spit the stuff out. Little clue there. Right? Oh no, the psychopaths have convinced every single medical student that that's the bad guy. They give it a name, may or may not begin with V, and they tell you that bad guy can actually jump from one person into another. Whoa. And sadly, still many people believe this to this day. So if you're a freedom lover out there, if you think there's a better future out there for all of us, you've got to stop believing this superstitious nonsense that our parents believed. All it does, it means you live in victim mode. You blame other people for when you get, when your well-being suffering. And if you're one of these individuals, yeah, but Chris, my son came round the other day and he was, he's like full of it. And then when he left, then I was full of it. And then we're tribal animals. We lived in packs, sleeping in caves together. We moved from food ground to food ground, foraging for millions of years. And if we ate such a diet at that time, I don't know, maybe we ate apples for a week because that's all there was. High fructose, acid in the body. At the end of that period, you either balance it out with some stinging nettles that alkalize you, or your body says exactly what I said before. Got to detox you, sunshine. Now, the clever thing is, your DNA can talk to your fellow tribesperson, your clan, or whatever we're gonna call that. Scientifically been proved that 2 jars, each with separate DNA in, can speak to each other. So there's your explanation. Moving on, let me just play you this bit of video.
The black cube and its connection to Saturn aren't just symbolic curiosities. They're part of a hidden system of belief that's been quietly shaping cultures, religions, and power structures for thousands of years.
Okay, I'm just going to go back over that. Oh, stop. This is the other thing that's going on. When you look at the symbolism that's coming out of Davos, which we're going to look at, the number 33 in particular, which is the signature code for this weird cabal, referred to as the cult of Saturn, for their Sabbatean Frankist ancient historic beliefs, and the worship of Kronos, who's said to be the archetype of Saturn. Is that the right word in ancient mythology, then you start to see this black cube symbolism in everyday life. Black cube, black rock, black stone. And I put a few here in this little video clip to show you how obvious it is. Once you begin to see it, you can see that this has been thrust in your face all the time. Let me see. There we go. There's another one. There we go. There's the Nike, or the Nike if you're across the pond. The Nike swoosh. There's ChatGPT that we willingly put all our information in because we want to find, you know, how to fix or how to change the oil on the car, or get directions for here, or whatever it might be. Can you see what's at the center of that logo of design? Talking that bit there. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, can you? There's another one. This one. Oh, but this is just a circular design, Chris. This cannot possibly be the black cube. Oh, no? Right. Look at it and squint. Hold both your hands up when you can see the black cube. I can't see you doing that. Okay. Yes, and it all comes from this, the hexagon. The hexagon on the north face of Saturn, which is formed by a vortex of gases. And if you squint at that hexagon, then you see the black cube. You see where all this black rock stuff comes from, why we graduate from uni with this black square on our head, why religions wear the black cube on their forehead, why certain religions actually make the rings of Saturn when they parade around their black cube. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I find this stuff quite fascinating. If you look at some of the documentation coming out of the World Economic Forum, look, this is a spirit of dialogue brings record numbers of world leaders to Davos. Now, if we look down here, how many foreign affairs ministers? We've got the signature code. It couldn't be 32. It couldn't be 34. Got to get the 33 symbolism in there somewhere. This is the world. This is from this year. This is all from this year's. Launched at the 2024 meeting in Davos was Gaia, which is a play on the Mother Earth goddess Gaia, I'm guessing. And they've got all these kind of actions that this movement, or this formation, this philanthropic partnership have undertaken. And the enabling innovation breakthroughs is the Plastic Pact Network. One of these kind of, let's reduce the plastics on the planet, or some such thing. Congratulations. To 2026, they've eliminated 33 billion single items use. How they come up with this figure for 33 ministers when they don't publicly announce who attends, as they have done in the past, I don't know. Perhaps you've got an idea on that. And if you thought that was bizarre enough, this is the executive takeaways from the World Economic Forum 2026. And this is a report on global risks. The Global Risks Report for the WEF 2026. How many global risks are there? Have they ascertained in 2026? This is a toughie, isn't it? Is it six? Is there 6 global risks out there? Is it 4 All right, I'll stop pissing around. It's 33 global risks. And yeah, it's going to be a short video tonight, folks. Did you get the let me just show you the logos again. ChatGPT, same symbol you get in the on the flag of a certain star of a certain stolen state. And that one, when you get that one, that's a bit of a, oh wow. Again, if you can't see it, just squint your eyes. They're all at it. This is why they're, this is why they're trillionaire, billionaires in commerce, and we're not, thankfully. No surprising. Israel signed a $6 million contract to train ChatGPT to promote its Hasbara. Hasbara is all this nonsense you see, all these chat bots and stuff that just keep, or spam bots that keep, anyone mention anything, it comes up and calls you antipathetic or all this nonsense. Or it's basically, it was a declaration years ago that said Israel would attempt to sway public opinion at all cost with like a network of propaganda, you could say. I think I've got that right. If I haven't, somebody can put it in the comments. And here's the number. Sorry. I was looking up how the number 33 we know the number 33 is highly symbolic in esoterics. The 33 vertebrae that your Kundalini energy rides up, representing the chrism, the sacred secretion, or the Christos, which is man made into flesh through the story of Jesus. But it's the same thing again. The sacred secretion traveling your 33 vertebrae, represented by the 33 years of Jesus. This came up with the number 33 is tied to the cult of Saturn or black cube symbolism through several overlapping symbolic layers. 33 degrees levels in certain Saturnian orders, groups like the Brotherhood of Saturn, a 20th century German esoteric order, structured initiation through 33 degrees or steps, mirroring higher Masonic rites, but explicitly orientated towards Saturn. The hexagon cube geometry and 3 times 11. Obviously 3 11s are 33. Does someone want to enlighten us to that in the comments after I finish this video? Saturn's North Pole hosts a massive persistent hexagon, the basis for the black cube symbol. Esoteric numerology sometimes reduces or connects this to multiples, triples of 3 and 11. So there's your kind of 9/11 symbolism. Linking the number to Saturn's planetary sigil and its imprisoning matrix. Alchemical Kabbalistic resonance. Saturn corresponds to the Bina on the Tree of Life, the third Sephira, and 33 is seen as a key master number for crossing thresholds of material illusion into higher awareness, or conversely, for binding souls deeper into the Saturnian realm of time and karma. So, right, what does all this mean? Folks, if we can get some likes and subscribes, that would be absolutely awesome. Think of it like this. So, Chronos is Father Time. If you're bound by time, which is a human construct, time doesn't exist. Everything unfolds in the moment. A little bit like, if you're trying to understand that, you know, your TV programs, even though there's a start and a beginning, you look inside your TV and try and find that, you're not going to be able to, are you? All you know is your TV creates the program like this. Sorry, that's me projecting the program out the TV at you. So life is essentially coming from this moment and it's expanding outwards. So this is why I'm always saying past doesn't exist. Don't tie yourself to stuff in the past. Make it your ego, your identity, or your sadness. Doesn't exist. We've only got the now. Be happy. Future doesn't exist either, right? So this notion of time is locking us into a material prison. And these maniacs, these Sabbatean Frankists, which is all your Hollywood stuff, and what they've done is they've sacrificed this notion of or this potential of absolute freedom by not being bound to this system, this beast system. They've sacrificed it for material wealth. Material wealth being what you're tied to if you believe in a concept of time. If on the other hand you understand that you are divine, you're a divine manifestation of God, therefore you are infinite, you live forever, you be here forever, you'll be here to eternity. You've been here forever, you'll be here to eternity. In that respect. So it's two opposing constructs. It's like the yin and the yang, or the as above, the so below. And as I say, these maniacs, they've tied into their material realm. The celebrities, they get everything they want in the material realm. So long as they jump through the hoops of the cult, they'll maintain their celebrity status. This is allegedly why you see people close to celebrities dying in tragic circumstances, or you see celebrities making absolute fools of themselves at public events. I'm thinking like Will Smith. I think Kanye's had a few blips, hasn't he? And so on and so forth. So yes, there we go, folks. I'm not going to push this one out any longer, but have a research, see what you think. There's a lot of stuff. If you get Yandex, the Yandex search engine, there's an awful lot of history behind this, a lot of history research rather, and it's all starts to make sense. So that is why you're not going to get your answers from Justin Trudeau. On that note, folks, can I just give my upcoming Everest Summit a shout out? Thank you for your kind comments on my little clip that I put up earlier of me doing my Bergen training yesterday up on Dartmoor. So I packed up a Bergen. Bergen is a military rucksack or style rucksack. And I packed it with the same weight we used for our commando tests when I was in recruit training. What was that? Longer than I care to remember. Probably coming up for 35 odd years. And I managed to bash out 4 miles. It was okay. Not a problem. But the idea getting Bergen fit is that you're getting your body ready for the endurance of climbing Everest. Obviously, you can't replicate the altitude, but your body's going to deal better with altitude the fitter and stronger you are. And the idea, like I say, behind getting Bergen fit is your backpack becomes a part of you. So when I ran the length of the country from John O'Groats to Land's End, I carried a 15 kilo backpack. That's what it started as anyway. I just got so used to it. I felt more at home wearing it than I did without it. So that's what that clip was about, folks. Thanks for your kind comments on it. If you can spare a fiver, friends, sorry if I'm repeating myself to many of you, but if you can spare a fiver, that would be absolutely wonderful. I'm using my story to shine a light for all those veterans out there who, like me, struggle when they leave the forces with their mental health. We've got an awful suicide rate in the veterans community, and it's all to do with the psychological makeup of veterans, that so many of us, we came from damaged childhoods. We've got like this, a lot of lads have got this skewed relationship with the role model, who the father figure, maybe an overbearing father, an absent father, or a father just simply wasn't able to love them enough. And this is a big driver about why people will do such an ego-driven things as join the forces. Not that I'm criticising anyone in the forces. Obviously, I was in the forces. But what happens is when you leave, all of that and your perceived big head that you had in the military suddenly just goes back to civilian sized, and you realise you're actually not anything special, which is fine. That's what you want to get to. Remember, past doesn't exist. If you anchor yourself in the past and all your medals and your hats, you're going to struggle. Unless you just see it as good memories, so to speak. And what happens is when people realise, they've got to go and get a job working for a civilian boss, and it's all very different, then suddenly all that insecurity from childhood starts to come up. It kind of it crucifies, as it were. And by crucify, I mean it's fortified. It grows stronger with possible bad experiences you had in the military, and before you know it, your life is spiraling down, and that voice in your head saying that you're worthless says, look, most people would be better off if you're not here. And that's genuinely what you believe. I know that because one of my mates who killed himself had 4 beautiful children. I mean, all children are beautiful, but what place must you be in to think your kids aren't gonna miss you? It's insanity. And you can fix it with 3 simple things. Leave the past behind. Doesn't define you. It's just an experience. Enjoy it. Move on. Forgive the people that hurt you. They were just acting out their trauma, weren't they? They had daddies that didn't love them either. Be grateful. It's an amazing life. And the beauty of it is you create your life. You don't compare yourself to nobody else. No one. Who cares? Someone can come and park their Lamborghini in front of your house and be giving it the big one. You just want to be sat on your front porch with a cup of tea, smiling with the sun on your face. That's your life, isn't it? And it's absolutely wonderful. And it's great when you get into this, because it means you can just enjoy the simple pleasures. Just go for a walk around the block in the morning and love life. Listen to a podcast, do your thing. Make sure you learn to love yourself. And the third thing is take action, because the universe works on law of reciprocity, energy, vibration and frequency. When you create an action like that, you put your energy up, then life meets you on that frequency. And then you put your energy up and life comes and meets you on that frequency. That's why if you go out the house in the morning smiling, drug and alcohol free, not a lecture, I'm just being honest, bearing no malice to anybody, then you're gonna have a good day. And if you don't have a good day, if you have challenges, you'll get over them. You turn every single negative into a positive. That's that's just basic. You go out the house in the morning, someone's smashed into your BMW and it's a write-off. It literally doesn't matter. Absolutely, we do not tie ourselves to material possessions. You can replace a car. Just be thankful no one's hurt. This kind of attitude. And there you go. 3 simple things. But do they teach you this when you leave the military? Nah. They don't care. As soon as they get any inkling that you got something wrong in your headspace, they get rid of you. They want rid of you. But I'm here to say it, and I'm going to shout it from the highest platform on the world, in the world. It is expensive, folks. As you can see there over my shoulder, there's my ice axe and my helmet. That they are cheap, believe me, compared to boots, sleeping bags, and summit suits. Incidentally, for those of you that care, my summit suit is still lost in the post. But if you can chip a $5 in to help me get up that mountain, folks, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks to the people like, look, Roger, bless him, has come in for £25 monthly. Much love to you, Roger. I know you're a keen supporter of the channel and my social media. Thank you. David, former Royal Marine, absolutely enlightened individual. He helped with the Global Veterans Alliance during all the medical nonsense when we socked it to the man. Nick Firth, thank you. Rob Powell and all the anonymous ones. Thank you so much. Yes, there we go. Yeah, if you can chip in a $5, folks, there's a link in the comment section or in the description box. I'm going to go over to locals now because there's stuff. Dun, dun, dun. Where is it? Yeah, there's some stuff we're going to look at over there. This is Mr. Beast. Remember, Mr. Beast is the #1 YouTuber for a reason. Why? Because he locks people into materialism. That's his function in life, as you know, cultivated by the cabal that brought him to prominence. They were his promotion company. We're going to be looking at this and lab-grown meat, the pros and cons. We're going to be looking at Maui and Bill Gates. And we're going to be looking at what Spain's Prime Minister has just come out and said. And we're going to be talking about all the stuff that we can't talk about on the other platforms. So, legends, I'll see you over on locals in about 2 minutes as soon as I can get it set up. I'm looking at the chat, whizzing away. Massive thank you to everybody. We just have a quick demonstration. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, absolutely. Trauma's not exclusive to anyone, is it? We're all traumatized, folks. Anyone that's watched Jaws is traumatized, unless you particularly happen to be fit. I mean, you've seen all that stuff coming out in Australia at the moment. My mind just immediately pictures myself on that surfer that's just had his leg ripped off. It's this cabal. They know what they're doing. I think the beauty magazine culture, it's destroyed people. Think of all the divorce and the parents going out to work and all of this. You know, Bowlby's attachment theory. You know, the bond with an infant from a young age is so crucial for its development. This is why they sent the girls out to work, is to just break up that the family bond and the ties. Yes, that one. Special Glasses to See Who Is Running the World was a film. Can't remember the name. Maria, it was They Live, wasn't it? With Roddy Piper. I'm guessing he was a wrestler. Excellent film. Dun dun dun. Yeah, come on knows his stuff, don't you, my friend? Thank you. Book recommendation from Kerry. Thank you, Kerry. And absolutely dootly. You got no channel members in the chat tonight. I was going to say thank you to the channel members. Yes. So you'll know them by their signs and symbols. On that note, thanks to everyone who supports the channel for £1.99 a month on YouTube, Patreon, Locals, or Buy Me a Coffee. Locals is £1 more, folks, I think, but it's our freedom of speech platform. It's where the people that are seeking the enlightenment journey get over to Locals, because I try and do a live stream every morning on the spiritual side of things, on peak health, understanding diet, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we'll get over and do that now. Right, much love, legends. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of the evening, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.
Morning, legends. I'm Chris Thrall. I'm a former Royal Marines commando. Upon leaving the forces, ended up chronically mentally unwell, self-medicating, undiagnosed trauma, and homeless on the streets of Hong Kong. It was the toughest battle I ever had to fight, but without the support of the medical community, without self-help groups, I learned the answers to rebuild my life and go on to complete a series of extreme charity challenges to send a vital message out there for other veterans who are struggling. I've run the length of the United Kingdom, run across the Sahara Desert, rode across the Atlantic Ocean. Now I'm taking on my biggest challenge yet, climbing Mount Everest. If you can support me, friends, and continue to shine a light for our struggling veterans and let them know there is life after PTSD, I'll put a link below. Can spare a fiver? That's absolutely fine. And let's give our veterans the respect that they deserve. Much love.
No matter